posts that tear
my
the country
time
apart.
to address your
Unifying
falsehoods.
Criticizing Patel for initially announcing, then taking back news a suspect was caught in the Charlie Kirk shooting investigation.
So that was a mistake.
I don't see it as a mistake. I see it as something working with the public to identify that there was a subject
So if
in
you put out
custody.
But Patel touting the FBI's record.
This FBI is delivering the results we are delivering to include the lowest murder rate in modern U.S. history.
And also making headlines on the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself, there is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Democrat Adam Schiff arguing the administration has not been transparent about why Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell was moved to a lower security prison.
You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No, I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements
Oh,
of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds,
You are
the
the biggest
weeds?
fraud to ever sit in
This
the United
is
States
states'
Senate.
right.
And all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat.
And tonight, the House releasing the transcript of their interview with former Attorney General Bill Barr, where Barr testifies that he was not aware of any criminal conduct between Trump and Epstein. Tom?
Ryan Nobles on that explosive hearing today. All right, Ryan. And in New York, a hearing for Luigi Mangione took a surprising turn today, with the judge dismissing two of the most serious charges he's facing for allegedly murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Stephanie Gosk was in the courtroom.
Luigi Mangione was escorted into New York State Court this morning, cuffed and in prison clothes, just before the judge handed down a surprise decision, dropping the two terrorism charges in the case.
How big a blow is this to the Manhattan DA?
This is a huge blow for the prosecution and a win for the defense. This takes first-degree murder off the table. The penalty is much less now.
Prosecutors accused Mangione of committing an act of terrorism when he gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan last December.
In its most basic terms, this was a killing that was intended to evoke terror.
In his decision today, the judge said Mangione was clearly expressing an animus toward the healthcare industry, but the evidence failed to prove he committed the crime to coerce or intimidate a civilian population. Outside the courthouse, Mangione's supporters cheered the decision. But he still faces 9 state charges, including second-degree murder, which could mean life in prison, and 4 federal charges, including one carrying a possible death sentence. The 27-year-old pleaded not guilty in both cases. A fund set up to pay for his legal expenses now tops more than $1.2 million.
Mangione's next scheduled court appearance is actually in Pennsylvania, where he faces multiple charges, including gun possession. He has yet to enter a plea in that case, Tom.
All right, Stephanie, we thank you. We want to head overseas now to Gaza City, where Israel has launched a major ground offensive today. The images are graphic, and it comes as a UN commission has accused Israel of genocide. Matt Bradley has been following it all today, and Matt, this new incursion is now underway.
That's right, Tom. The Israelis say the incursion is meant to rout out Hamas's main stronghold, but it sparked massive criticism about the worsening humanitarian crisis in Gaza. In Gaza City, the anguish of Israel's fresh offensive is already being felt. This man lost his daughter in an Israeli airstrike. Gazan health officials say about 100 people have been killed since dawn. An entire family, she said, my daughter's children, my daughter and her husband. Scenes like this, part of why a new report today from an independent UN commission says Israel is committing genocide. Israel's foreign ministry slammed the report as distorted and false. Amid a worsening humanitarian crisis, today's attack sent hundreds of thousands evacuating to uncertain safety. Witnesses said this family's truck was hit as they fled. Israel's military had called up some 60,000 reservists for the offensive. Our objective is to enhance the strikes on Hamas until its decisive defeat, said the head of the IDF. But Israelis worry this new incursion could jeopardize the remaining 20 hostages still thought to be alive. President Trump today warning Hamas about using hostages as human shields.
I can tell you that if they put the hostages in front of them, Hamas is going to have hell to pay.
Never see any.
Gal Galboa Delal's brother Guy is among them. Hamas released a propaganda video of him last week. If you could speak to your brother right now, what would you say?
I would tell him that I can see on his eyes, I can see on him how afraid he is, how frightened he is, how sick and tired and missing home. But I also see the hope that he still carries.
Matt Bradley, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Back here at home, NBC News breaking the story that just weeks after Eric and Lyle Menendez were denied parole, tonight another major legal setback for them. Liz Kreutz joins us now live. And Liz, a judge has rejected the request for a new trial?
Yeah, Tom, that's right. A Los Angeles judge has ruled that Eric and Lyle Menendez failed to prove they deserve a new trial, saying 2 new pieces of evidence they submitted to back up their claims of sexual abuse by their father were not particularly strong or so compelling enough to change a jury's outcome. The judge's decision means the brothers now have just 2 paths to freedom: clemency by the governor or parole. And while they were both denied their first attempts at parole last month, they can reapply now within 3 years, potentially sooner with good behavior. Now tonight on Facebook, Lyle Menendez's account posted a response to the judge's ruling, calling it disappointing and that the fight continues. Tom?
Okay, Liz Kreutz for us. Liz, we thank you. In Florida, the shocking scene of a car almost fully submerged in water after authorities say a hit-and-run forced a couple off the road. Marissa Parra tonight with the incredible video and the story on the race to save their lives.
Battling branches and brush, 2 Florida deputies race in the dark to find a trapped couple. After a hit-and-run Friday sent their car plunging into the black swamp.
You're in the water? Yes, ma'am.
The wife placing a frantic call to 911.
We don't have nowhere out, ma'am. Please, we need you. Okay, we're coming.
They're in a canal and the water is coming in the doors. So they're in full tilt panic mode.
The Martin County deputies followed the sound of the car horn and a rough GPS location sent by dispatch.
There's just nothing out there except cows, alligators, snakes, and ditches.
The deputies wading through it all and pulling the panicked couple to safety. Tonight, the couple is out of the hospital, shaken but recovering, and grateful for a life-saving Twilight rescue. Marissa Parra, NBC.